Each morning, real setups are broken down with entry strategies and technical reasoning behind every trade. This is today's best trade setups with Verified Investing.
Welcome to today's top trade setups. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. Thank you for joining me at 8:45 this morning, the day after Thanksgiving. I really hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and spent a lot of quality time with your friends and family. Going into today's session, there is going to be probably a lot less volatility. The markets do close at 1 o'clock. These top trade setups that I'm going to go over are not likely to hit right away towards the end of the day. Make sure that you're staying a little bit more conservative. On a holiday, a day after the holiday, you're likely to get a nice little float up in the markets. I do have some trade setups. Again, these are a little bit riskier based on the nature of what's going on today. But I'm going to go ahead and go into them anyways. The first one I'm going to go over is AMD. We have this beautiful head and shoulders pattern. It's not technically a valid head and shoulders pattern only because you have this slightly declining trend line. I do have a shortable level at $224.07 if price action can get up to there today. That's only about a 4% move on AMD. However, I still like this downsloping trend line, even though it's not a valid head and shoulders pattern. If it gets up to $224.07, again, this is a likely shortable level. It has to get up there pretty quickly because the market is closed half a day today. It closes at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The other stock that we're looking at is SMH. I was mentioning that we have this upsloping parallel channel on the SMH that we've been monitoring for quite some time. It is hitting the underbelly of that parallel channel, and now this could be a good opportunity for a swing trade. If price action does close inside of this parallel channel, this could indicate that price action wants to recapture that and then send the price action higher. Today is what we're looking at is this beautiful parallel channel. Like I had mentioned previously, this price action has respected the upper boundary for quite some time. Finally broke to the downside, had this nice reversal candle right here. It engulfed a couple different days or a few days. Got up to this wide range red bar candle at $348.86. I noticed that it hit there kind of late in the afternoon, so I didn't take this. And now, as you can see, it is hitting back underneath that parallel channel. So I still like this for a swing trade. I'm not interested in a day trade for this particular stock. However, if you're monitoring this and you're wanting to short this, this is your entry price. Break back inside of it with confirmation. The price action of the SMH could want to hit this midline of this parallel channel. So this is the upside move, probably going to about $375. It's right next to this all-time high. You're going to get a rejection at that level. The other one I wanted to go over with you guys is Nvidia. I did mention that you had a short level at $182.55. This is one that I actually took in the live day trading room. Based on the extended move, it was up 7% basically from the lows. So I took almost about a 1%, took about $1,800 on this particular trade. If price action gets up there again, I'm not interested. Now what I'm looking for is a little bit of a pullback. Based on today's price action, there's likely to be a float in the markets. And so I do like a long level at $177.82. If price action closes below this level on a 15-minute closing basis, you could want to head all the way down to the opening price at $175. This is one that I'll be a little bit more conservative on. And again, it's got to get there within the first hour of the trading day, or else this long level at $177.82 is off the table. I don't have any shortable levels. You do have this beautiful wide range red bar candle. If price action consolidates all the way up to the upper end on a swing trade basis, $195.96 is what I would be looking for. Autodesk had a nice roll over yesterday, never got up to our entry price for a day trade. Now the fact that it's coming back in as much as it is, and today kind of favors a market float, $294.43 is what I'm looking at on Autodesk for a day trade. A close below this level on a 15-minute closing basis, I am no longer interested. And again, it has to get into that level. in the first hour of the trading day. What we're looking at for these particular trade setups is volatility and volume. If we don't have any volume in these stocks, it's not very likely to come down and hit these particular levels. And same on the upside, if we have a little bit of less volume and less volatility, if price action does get into any particular shorting levels, it's likely to pause, consolidate right at that level, and break through, and then kind of just chop sideways. All right, so the next stock I'm going to go over is AVGO, another stock that I'm really monitoring. Here's what I like about the AVGO chart. I was doing a video the other day, and I have this upswing trend line. This is a hidden trend line. So you take the 7th of April lows and you connect it through this price action. Price stayed above this support level until it broke, got rejected, finally got back above, was a little bit of support. And then when price action got too far below it or too far away from it, it got rejected again. If price action gets up to $420.77, I have a great shortable level right there on AVGO. The other thing I like about this level is, let's go ahead and remove this trend line that it's currently above. But you also take this pivot top right here, connected to this pivot top, draw this trend line, and look at where price action gets to. Not only do you have this upswing trend line as resistance around $410, but you have this secondary, this hidden trend line right at $420. So this is why I like the $420 level. If price action does break above this upswing trend line, you have additional resistance in this area. This is more of a swing trade level. I would be willing to take this on a day trading level if price action can surge up into that 420.77 level on a day in the first hour of the morning. Another stock that is creating all-time highs is the SYM. So Symbotic is one that I'm also monitoring for a day trade, $90.27. It finally broke out above this upswing or this pivot top or the previous all-time high at $84.01. Now it's starting to get overextended. Look at the price action. So from the 21st of November, look at what's happened to this stock. It closed 80% up from the 21st of November to the 26th. So in 6 days, it jumped over 80%. It could go up a little bit higher to $90.27. For me, that would be the max upside. One thing I do notice about Symbotic is when price action doesn't have any volume, this thing can really just continue to float. First hour of the day, it has to get up there by 10:30, or else this trade is off of the table. $90.20 though is still a good shortable level. I love the whole round number. So anytime that anything gets overly extended, especially something that's up over 80%, if it gets up to that whole round number, I got to think, where would I likely take profits if I'm up that much? And the whole round number of $90 is where I'd likely take profits. And I want to be there when everybody else takes profit to drive that price down. And I want to ride that wave with them on the downside. So that's kind of the psychology of what I'm looking at. APP is another stock that I'm monitoring as well. Had a nice bounce off this gap fill the other day. Now it's moving higher. You do have this previous pivot or wide range green bar candle. This is the opening price. So if price action gets up to $625.18, again, within the first hour, this would be a great shortable level, knowing that I've connected this pivot top and created this beautiful downsloping trend line. Price action could get as high as $640. But for me today, that would be the max upside. I'm looking for not only volume, but velocity up into those levels for key trend, for key resistance. Another stock is HOOD. I really like the price action of Robinhood. Look at how price action has respected this upsloping trend line on numerous occasions. You got the first low pivot from the 7th of April. This was the second hit from the 5th of September. Price action got another bid on it, broke below it, finally confirmed. Now it retraces the scene of the crime. You're looking at a short level at $132.55. This is a great opportunity for a day trade short level. If price action breaks back inside or above this upsloping trend line, price action could get up to this gap fill around $145, $146. there are not a lot of big movers today in the markets, either in the pre-market, and there was not a lot going on as the market opened yesterday at 8 p.m. So going into today, I need a little bit more volatility. These are more quick trades. I would try to be in and out of these, take maybe 1% on a pullback or 1% on a bounce, but that would be the max that I would be looking to take on these particular trades. Thank you guys so much for watching. Gareth Soloway is going to be going live in my trading game plan. He's going to kind of walk you through what's going on with the markets as the continuation of the float in this holiday season and what to look forward to going into December, which is actually not too far away. Thank you for watching. If you guys are getting something out of this, you guys are helping or taking some of these trades like Nvidia and AVGO, as well as Google and also AMD, please share these with your friends so that way they can take advantage of this price action in these markets, in these volatile markets. And then make sure you're liking, subscribing, following, and we'll see you guys next time in the charts. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.